Peace, family. Welcome to another episode of Broken Theory. Today we got the homie Nick back. What's good?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Blessed, man. Highly favored. Appreciate, you know what I mean, coming back, tap in with us and let us know where you at on your creative process currently.
Of course.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you, man, since we last talked, man, what's a lesson that your perspective has completely changed and flipped since the last time we talked?
Wow, that's a loaded question just because so much has changed since we last talked.
Yeah, man.
But
Out the gate.
just the whole industry is like, it's in a weird spot right now, kind of. And it's like, for me, it's been more important to focus on artistry as a individual as opposed to like trying to force myself into the quote unquote industry and being more just like I just love art, you know what I mean? I love drawing, I love painting, I love anything artistic. I love photography. So for me it's more just creating an actual, like, just being an artist, and not for anyone else but for myself first. And I think that's like the biggest thing that's kind of flipped, is like initially when you get into music, it's like you want to share everything, you want to find a way to like quote unquote blow up, and it's just not the way to go about it, really. Like you almost have to blow up on accident if it even happens at all. And like it really has to come from a place of passion. So it's always been a place of passion for me. It's always been something I loved, but like I actually just sort of recently I kind of realized a lot of my old music, I kind of want to just back catalog and like put it maybe on SoundCloud or something, and then just start fresh, like just have a whole new like perspective on the whole music industry. And a lot of the stuff I released, I feel like was more just for me and like almost like a personal therapy. And so it maybe have never seen the light of day, it maybe should have never seen the light of day, but it's not a bad thing that it did. It's just like me realizing that now. It's like, I don't know. So yeah, that's maybe too much of a rant, but
no, you're good, bro.
but so
I noticed, like, you know, and I struggle with but like, you know, like when artists come out and, you know, they kind of unload the clip on the world, sometimes, man, some of the songs they look back at the vision and like where they're at like currently, and they're like, this isn't me, or I don't like this sound anymore, it's not what I'm going for. And you know, rebranding is something huge, you know what I'm saying? And It's something that, when done tastefully, could energize your whole fan base, you know what I'm saying? But it's also something too, you know, the people that do support you currently, you know, they're making memories to this music. They're attached to this music, so, you know, just keep it in mind. You know, the artists are supposed to think about themselves first and the audience last, you know what I'm saying? But I try to kind of reverse engineer it, at least when I think about branding and like that type of stuff, because that's something that I've thought about as well, but I kind of like can't get myself to pull the plug, to be honest. Because like I said, man, you know, people make memories to your tracks, and they live to your tracks and stuff like that. So it's like a fan going to listen to a song that I made and it's not there, I feel like this is a horrible thing for
I know,
me.
I get
like, but one piece of advice that I will give you, you know, take it for what it's worth. I would say maybe if you have like certain popular ones that necessarily like maybe you may not be a fan of, but like, you know it's added to a whole bunch of playlists, things like that, maybe find a way re-release it, or maybe come out with a whole new project, just like re-releasing those specific ones that you want to keep. And you know, you could use the same code, and it won't be as if like you deleted it. Like it'll still show up in people's playlists, things like that. So
that's a good idea.
Just, you know, there's strategy for everything, man.
For sure.
Make sure you ain't no going back after that, bro.
No. I think the challenge for me has been like I think the challenge for me has been, because I took on the goal of doing everything, like mixing, mastering, production, singing, songwriting, everything. in theory, I probably shouldn't have released anything for like the first 5 years. You know what I mean? Because like
Nah,
to
bro, let it
master all
fly,
those
bro. Let
things.
it
Well,
fly.
yes and no. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So like it's a dilemma I go through a lot. It's like, yes,
Yeah.
I'm happy I released stuff before now. Don't get me wrong.
Hmm.
But to get these stuff that I am now, I know I'm capable of making now, it wouldn't have happened until now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
nah, for
so
sure.
in my head is like there's definitely songs out that I really like, but they're technically not there. So I feel like I could maybe even just rework them and maybe even re-record them, whatever the case would be.
True.
And so like I've written songs that I enjoy that just technically
Yeah.
aren't up to par because I didn't have the chops at the time. So
I feel
that's,
well.
yeah,
I mean, man, like I'm just gonna be like this, bro. It's your journey. You know what I'm
of
saying? It's
course.
your canvas. You know what I'm saying? So it's something that you literally. I would suggest maybe going to H somewhere, just listening to the songs, and maybe having a notepad with you, and just like writing all the things and do like about it, and then kind of like let that be maybe your deciding factor.
For sure.
But you know, as far as like reworking stuff, man, like I feel like artists thrive off of energy. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think you releasing songs wasn't something that you shouldn't have done, in my opinion.
Right.
You know, I'm not the end all be all, but you know what I'm saying? I think it was super necessary. You know what I'm saying? Especially coming from a place of not creating music to like walking into finding your own sound and everything,
For
to
sure.
be able to feed off of that energy and see what people like and don't like. Because when you get that type of feed, if it's one per best friends listen to it, whatever, you know, it still helps because like it's kind of like at your feet on the stepping stones, like you know, you're trying different things and then you see one lights up and you're like, okay, let me go here, and then let me go here, and then
Right,
so it's
right.
like, you know, it's a way for you to find your sound, yes, but you know, like we spoke about, man, like be deleted, you know what I'm saying? If
Yeah.
literally you wake up one day and you're just like, you know what, I want this to be my sound and I don't want nothing else to pop up, you're entitled to that. You can do that, you're the artist, you know.
Right.
But legacy, man, you know, I feel like it's a cool thing when the fans could kind of, especially the ones that have been tapped in from when you first started, go with you and hear the growth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
actually why I left my stuff, because I do the same thing. You know, I produce, engineer, rap.
Right.
But I wanted it kind of to be like a story listening to my discography. So like, you know, I started when I was homeless and you know, living in the storage unit, and you know, I didn't know how to mix anything. You know what I'm saying? So like, my first project is like me bare minimum, honestly, hitting record and like putting on different filters and all this crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? But like, I didn't know what I was doing. But you kind of compare the two and listen from like when I first started, you know, modern day right now, it's like, you know, you could see not only will the fans be proud of you, man, but like you should be proud of yourself, man. Anytime you ever feeling down on yourself, man, go to the first thing that you ever made or that you ever released.
It's humbling
and
for
then,
sure.
and then go back to what you make now, and then understand, man, every step of the way, man, is a learning process, bro. You know what I'm saying? At one point when you were releasing those those songs, you thought they were perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like,
no, you're 100% right. No,
you
man,
know, we just keep learning.
yeah, no, I genuinely appreciate that. That's incredible advice. Like,
No
it's
doubt,
hard to talk about this with non-artists because it's a very artist dilemma. You know what I mean? Like, it's very personal to being like an artist. It's a very vulnerable thing to like release stuff when you feel like it's not perfect, or no such thing as perfect. So it always feels that way.
Yeah, man, perfection's an illusion. So it's
yeah,
like,
no, of course.
what you're stressing about that's not perfect to you, somebody may hear and be like, that's perfect. I want it for the soundtrack of this movie I'm making.
Yeah, you're 100% right.
This is exactly the feeling that I want. This is exactly the vulnerability I want. This is exactly the rawness I want, or not mixed or whatever. You know what I mean? So like, don't be so hard on yourself, man. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it. You might have just swayed my opinion for real, because like it's something I think about a lot. It's like, do I want to kind of like restart everything, or from a new place. But yeah, man, it's just a hard thing because like I don't have a lot of ears to bounce that advice off of. So I really genuinely appreciate that. That's actually good advice.
Yo, anytime you need somebody to talk to, bro. Like,
hey man, I appreciate that.
Like creative advice, decision, things like that, bro. But one thing, you know, that could work to your favor, bro, is just being out of music. Like, I'm gonna just use these two people as an example, just because independent wise, they're running the game right now. Russ and LaRusso, their catalogs are crazy right now.
Yeah,
they keep getting new fans, and they have a whole bunch to go. It's like they don't really need to keep making new music, but they do it anyways.
Right.
But the discography is something that you could use to your advantage too, because you never know who is listening on the other end, man. So.
For sure. Yeah, I just saw LaRussell in Austin, and my boy is a saxophone player, so yeah, he's super dope.
That's dope.
And yeah, I like Russ a lot too. He's got a good mindset for this music industry.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, that's great advice, man. I appreciate that.
No doubt, bro. What's a mistake that you most recently made, and it ended up teaching you something that's kind of priceless to you?
That's a good one. I think one of the things that so I actually read a quote in a book recently. It's by Rick Rubin. It's an amazing book. Where he talks about how art has become this thing where you feel like you need, at least current art, a lot of people feel like they need the biggest and best. Like, you're constantly fed advertisements and everything for the best new microphone, best new plugin, best new this, best new that. And it's like, it's so easy to get wrapped up in that. And like, my little tiny home studio is, I probably put 10 plus grand into it. And it's just outrageous. Like, there's no need for it. And he talks about how, like, before there was any of that, like, art has always been around. And that before there were pens and pencils, they were just drawing on caves with sticks. Like, and it was just a reminder to like I think the exact quote was like, learn to do more with less, and you'll get more from less, or something like that. It was, I forget the exact quote, but that's exactly what it was. And like, I just realized I've been like looking for the right microphone for my tone, and the right this and that, and the right everything, and like trying to build this perfect vocal chain and like set up. And when it comes down to it, like, you could get the cheapest microphone, the cheapest everything, cheapest anything, like just hit record, like you said, like just hit record and like record a song, and you never know what that could lead to. And I think that's been something I've actually, like, I'm almost like downgrading my studio now, just to like see what I can make from less, and then when you have more one day, like it'll be that much easier, but you don't have to stress like to get to that point, I think.
I feel that. I'm gonna say this, bro, and don't take this lightly. Not one of those artists that need to worry about the quality of the microphone to match your voice, bro. Like, you got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you already got it, bro. Like, your shit is dope.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
thank you.
Yeah, that type of stuff matters. You understand what I'm saying? It does matter. I'm not gonna tell you that it doesn't matter. But you're not one of them artists that needs that to be a strength of your words in music. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like anything recorded in a top tier studio, if it ever came to that point, man. But like, as independent artists, man, I feel like we really have to get back to the basics, man, which is making good art and just putting our whole heart into it. You know what I'm saying? Because like, I could feel that's where you're at right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really just want to make stuff that you're proud of.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Everybody should feel that way. You know what I'm saying, about their craft. It shouldn't be a competition. It shouldn't be a fucking high school party or anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what the music business is for, man. It's really the art of it. Like, and that's a skill in itself, being able to package things together, do the visuals.
Absolutely,
stuff, but sometimes, bro, the quality, it's not what makes a project hot. Because, you look, and this is coming back, you know what I'm saying, like a lot, like the VHS and the vintage, like looking stuff. And that stuff is not by any means perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, now we're actually starting to go back to that, which is funny. Like,
yeah, I know.
People starting to use vinyl again. People starting to use like
Exactly.
it's become it's like become almost too perfect now that they're trying to like bring back.
But I'm here for it, bro. I love the 90s.
Yeah, me too.
I love the 80s, the 90s, the 70s. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I appreciate that. I couldn't agree more. Like that's a big lesson that I learned is like, just you don't need to have the biggest, best everything to make music. Like, as a matter of fact, it's kind of better to like almost use as little as possible and see what you can make.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's been a big thing I've been working on lately.
That's dope, man. That's dope.
Yeah.
And to anybody listening out there, man, you know, if there's something here that you're waiting to buy in order to make the next project that you think is going to catapult you and take you to the next level, I say make the project first and then do it to celebrate.
Hey, I like that. I like that.
Yep.
Yeah, I picture like Pablo Picasso with like a pack of crayons.
Right. How's he gonna do that?
Yeah. I'm still gonna make great art though, you know?
Yeah, definitely. How do you think that your definition of quote unquote winning has changed in the past year since we last spoke?
Ooh, that's a good one too. It used to be the way I thought about it was statistic based, and like a certain amount of followers, certain amount of listeners, certain amount of this, that's like a quote unquote win. And now it's just like, and it's always been this, but I kind of lost sight of it. It's easy to lose sight of, at least. It's just like, what are you proud of? Like, what gets you like there's times I make a song and it's 4 a.m. and I know I need to sleep. I know I'm waking up at 7 the next morning, but I just can't stop listening to the song I just made. And like, that's why I do it. Yeah. And that's beautiful. Like, that's why you can't, that's what I do it for, you know? It's like that excitement feeling where you're like jumping around your room, like, yo, I just made a hit. And I'm like, it's no one in the world has heard it, just me. And just like that feeling is like, that's a win to me, is like when I get that feeling. And yeah, it's all like, passion is everything. Like, if you do what you're passionate about, like everything else will follow. But if you just chase everything else first, you're not going to go anywhere. And if you do, it's going to be short-lived.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, people have done it, you know what I'm saying, to where it's like overnight success and stuff like that. But let's be real, the success rate, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really see a lot of people that have had that short-lived success making a legacy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, do we really want to set ourselves up to chase after something that isn't really tangible in the long run? You know, especially if you have like kids and, you know, you're trying to like kind of like lock in, you know, and chase this dream kind of like at your own pace.
Right.
And on your own terms. I mean, you know, it's different for everybody, for sure.
Yeah.
But you got to do what's best for you. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like even like the one-hit wonders, like even those people like were probably extremely passionate about the song before it came out, but like it's do you keep that passion even after? Like, that's, I think, the big thing is like maybe the passion shifted to the money and fame or whatever else came with the one-hit wonder, and then all of a sudden they can't make another song to save their life. It's like
or it could go the exact opposite, man. You know, like I've seen, I'm gonna use this as an example, man. Lauryn Hill, bro. I'm not gonna call her a one-hit wonder because it would be disrespectful. But you know, she released her album and never created anything else after that because she was so disgusted with the music industry. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like it could work the exact opposite way too. You know what I'm saying? A choice. And you know, of course, like if you set your business up right, everything is going to be on your terms. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to chase this no more and you're good financially, bro, you don't have to do shit. You don't have to release nothing. Sure. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, but that's the whole thing of setting yourself up correctly and having a business right, and doing the research and making sure everything is on your terms. Because if you signed a deal and you didn't really look at what you were signing, if you think you could quit music
Yeah, no, you can't. You got deadlines. You got this
For a
and
rude
that.
surprise, yeah. And they still gonna write you off after they shelf you.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. I'm curious your thoughts on the music industry. I know you're pretty tapped in and friends with Mick Jenkins and stuff. Like,
yeah, I mean, shit, bro. Like, to be honest, bro, the music industry is there is no rules, bro. You know, we're at a point to where people are popping off on TikTok, people are popping off on YouTube, people are popping off just like in general, everybody. So there's no longer these powerhouses to where it's like, you know, like how it used to be back in the days with like, you know, the Interscopes and Def Jam and stuff like that, to where it's like they're in control of one genre and it's like, you know, they control who's releasing. There pretty much are no more gatekeepers. Like, you just have to work hard, be consistent, and stay true to yourself. And those three things I feel like are the handbook for an independent artist, producer that wants to make it, man. You know, it's a marathon. Nipsey said it best, bro. It's a marathon. Like, that phrase or statement in its own, man, it goes a long way, because it's like a lot of people are focused on the sprint. You know what I'm saying? I got this dope project. I want to throw it out. Da da da. You know, I want the world to hear it. I want change. And da da da. And it's like, bro, if you do not properly package this best music of your life, it's not gonna do nothing, just like the other projects. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, 100%. You know, like when you don't take the time to make sure it's full circle, and like I said, man, I'm not the end all be all. So some people could just put music out and it go and it works for them. But you know, as far as like giving yourself the best shot at creating a living off of your music, I feel like you have to be completely obsessed with not only your music but the industry, man. Just learning and just knowing that, like, people don't know it all. Like, the way that I get from point A to point B, but it may not be the best way to do it. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa, same thing for you. And the way that we learn that is through experience and through connections with other people. So, like, for instance, if me and you are in the studio, we're hanging out, da da da, I'm telling you, oh, just EQ it like this, and you're like, no, I usually, you know, do this, and I usually use this filter or fab filter or whatever the case is. You know, everybody has their own ways of doing certain things, but it's not until those methods are tested to where it's like you could try it out and be like, oh, okay, so this might work better on my hip hop songs, but for my pop ones, I like this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like not until that mold is broken that we kind of get a chance to like step back and be like, yo, there are other ways to skin a cat.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like, I've definitely realized, like, it's more than just finding your sound now with music. You have to find your like whole persona almost. Like, people follow you as a person more than they follow your music, and that's why
it's relatable.
Yeah, for sure. And that's why I think people are getting canceled and stuff so easily now too, is because it's not even about the music anymore. It's just about the person behind it. And so,
it's hard to hide it, bro.
Yeah,
it's hard to hide who you are in this day and age. There's so many people that have cameras everywhere you go. There, you know, people use Twitter and you know, type some bullshit, and then people pull it up 8 years later. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like, you know, like, everything comes to light, bro. And that's why, to me, man, God is the greatest, bro. Because if you operate yourself, you know what I'm saying, to a certain extent, putting out what you want to see back into the world, you don't have to worry about those things. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have no demons over your shoulder. You don't have nobody telling you like, yo, you know, you gotta be like this, or yo, act tough, or you don't gotta do none of that.
Right,
you know
right. No, you're 100% right.
It literally is what it is, and you know, you see things a lot clearer than the people's perception that like is constantly swayed by the world. Like, the world don't love you. The world is gonna fucking neglect you. I'm telling you, the world does not love you.
Yeah, they love you when you're up, and they hate you when you're down. And
it's for sure, bro.
Crazy, yeah.
literally, you know, when I was homeless, bro, a lot of the people that I was giving money to and helping out and buying stuff for, bro, they wouldn't even let me shower at their crib. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, that was an eye opener for me personally, bro. Like, to look at the world and be like, damn, like these people that I thought had my back didn't really have my back.
Right.
But
even when you have theirs.
Exactly. But the music industry is even more cutthroat than the real world. You know what I'm saying? It's because it's like everybody wants to be famous. Everybody wants to make a name out of themselves through you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to use people. And it's like, when you're not operating off of principles, when you're not operating off of your values, that's when things get sticky. You know what I'm saying? That's when people get canceled. That's when people, you know what I'm saying, fuck their whole life up. You know? That's just me, personally.
No, you're 100% right. It's
like, I love Kanye, bro. I love his music. I love everything he's doing.
Right.
But the whole point of music is to cancel the hate, not to add hate to other people. You know what I'm saying? And you know, regardless of what he's done, music, I could only take so much. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To where it's like, bro, I'm not gonna defend nobody else.
Right.
I like your music, bro.
Right.
Like, but what you doing right now, like, it don't sit well.
Yeah, and there's no distinction between the music and the person anymore. Like, people are like, I won't even listen to his music because I can't stand him as a person. Like,
you know, and I catch myself, you know, kind of falling into. Not even gonna lie, man. Some of the stuff is disgusting. You know,
I think it's understandable. Like, I think it is part. Like, it does show you, like, art is just a raw expression of who you are. So if you're expressing yourself in a negative manner, like, it's just highlighting the negative sides of yourself, really. So I get it for sure. It's just funny because it didn't used to be like that. Like,
man.
Even when people knew MJ was doing all the crazy shit he was doing, people still love music, you know. And still could kind of separate the two, but I don't think the barrier's there anymore.
I mean, well, back in the days, bro, there wasn't really no Twitter or nothing to where, like, every day MJ could, like, blast his thoughts and, like,
that's true too,
take over the press whenever he felt like it, and just, like, moonwalk in his house every day if he felt like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, now it's just like so many attacks of the negative stuff. It's like, it kind of outweighs the positive, you know? So it's like, when you start to think you're higher than society and you can't get canceled, that's when, you know,
they'll find a way.
Cancellation will happen.
They'll find a way for sure.
I mean, that's just me, bro.
Nah, I respect it. I get it.
But since we last talked, man, how has your view of the music industry changed and like shifted since you gained more experience?
For me, a big thing I've changed, like, I didn't necessarily want to talk about AI, but I just feel like it's kind of inevitable because, like, I see it everywhere, man. Like, every single advertisement now is like, make your life easier as a producer and basically have AI do it for you and this and that. It's like, and I saw an ad the other day that was like, if you hate AI plugins, and I got kind of excited. I was like, please give me something not AI. And then it was like, maybe this will change your mind. And it was just another AI plugin. Like, dude, like, it's constant. Like, so I think one of the big changes I've seen is like you're right, there's no gatekeepers, but there's so many gates now. And like, everyone can now become a music producer, and they can basically throw an AI plugin on their song and make it hit in 5 seconds. And so it's becoming like, not scary. Like, if you know how to make music, you'll always be good, I think. And like, that's why I'm blessed that I, you know, kind of beat the curve of all this automation. But it's just wild. That's one of the big things I've noticed lately is just like kind of laziness. Like, I hate to say it, but like, lazy art makers, like, why would you have a robot make art for you, you know? Man,
but I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I'm in a time like this, me, bro, it doesn't scare me. It excites me, you know, because like, all of these people that are depending on AI to make something hot are gonna lose it. They're gonna lose their like what made first place, and they're not gonna be able to make an actual song that's hot in the current state of whatever hip hop is in the future. You understand what I'm saying? So it's
I couldn't agree more.
You know, that it's not original, first off, and AI can only like replicate things and like you know, make things off of two other already made things that already exist.
Right.
It's like you know, it will sound good. I'm not going to say that it's not going to sound good.
Yeah,
everything that AI makes or that these AI are going to make will sound good. I'm not saying that it won't. But what I'm saying is, you know, that feeling when you hear a song for the first time and you're like, ooh, what is this?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think
AI could do that.
I agree with you 100%.
You know what I'm saying? And I think more and more society is going to start tuning out that cookie cutter shit and want to lean towards not necessarily other genres of music, but something different, something underground, something everybody that is not on. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna in supporting that because they're tired. They don't want that shit. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
It's like, I will probably pay you $5-10 to hear this. Like, I don't want to hear that. You know what I mean? So it's like,
100%.
I truly think that this AI thing is going to work at our advantage for the music industry. Yes, it's gonna take people's jobs. Yes, it's gonna change the dynamic of the game, but that has always happened.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right.
And if you look at like history and you know, the people that like complain about the times, and, oh, I'm not gonna use AI because I'm a real creator. I know how to create, and it's like you're kind of like shooting yourself in the foot by not seeing what it's about and how it could work to you and in your advantage, because you never know, bro. Like maybe you come out with like a sample pack and you just need is and the AI could just like give you different chords to try out, and then that one chord that they gave you sparked the whole chord progression for you to create. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like if you're using it in the right way, you can be great with, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it kind of like the people that are handicapped with like no experience type thing kind of raises the stakes and it's even for them. But as far as like people creating and stuff, bro, nah, man. AI can create any type of stat like me or you can make. You know what I'm saying?
No, I couldn't agree more. Like it doesn't necessarily scare me. It's more just definitely a big realization I've realized lately is like it's taken over for sure, and it is gonna bring in a lot more people, which is not a bad thing. I mean, that's been happening for years now. It's like the access to being a creator is the lowest it's ever been, or the highest I guess it's ever been. So it's I like the idea of using it as inspiration, not as just doing everything for you. But you're 100% right. Like I think it is gonna weed out the true creative people from the copy pasters, and I couldn't agree more.
I think the industry has always been saturated. We just have never heard, you know, the analytics of like what's going on. We've always been making music, bro. They just were recording it to tape. You know what I'm saying? And burning CDs and playing it that way. We never had access to like how many streams somebody had and stuff like that. Like this is all new territory for us. So like learning to navigate the game now, it's like, I think they said something like 60,000 songs. It may be more now. I think that was like a couple of years ago I heard this, but they said like 60,000 songs a day are uploaded to
I believe it.
Platforms or something like that. And it's like, if that's true, right? And these people are listening to me, choosing to listen to me, I should take pride in that. If the market is so saturated, but yet I have people that keep coming back to what I'm doing, should just be all the proof you need. You know what I'm saying? As independent artists, we don't have huge budgets. We don't have whole teams. We don't have departments specifically focused in different things in areas like marketing, strategy, that. So it's like, you know, you kind of got to take your wins as they come, bro. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Like, be honest with yourself, man. Like,
you
know, be grateful for the things that you do, because at the end of the day, bro, some people ain't getting no views. Some people, you know, they upload a track, bro, and it still says 0. Like,
no, you couldn't.
I've seen it, bro. Like, literally, I deal with people every day that, you know, want to hop on the podcast, and some of the tracks be saying 0. So it's like, you know, like sometimes I look at that and I'm just like, thank you, God, that I am no longer there. You know what I'm saying? Like, those days hurt, but I'm not gonna say that I paid attention to it. Like, for me, bro, like I really was like, when I was uploading, I honestly was just like uploading and that's it. Like, if I found out how many views I had, it was because somebody else told me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I definitely remember the days of uploading remixes and everything, and no after no after no after no after no, and like you have to just push through it. It's a lot of people can't handle the no's to that extent.
But you know, at the end of the day, all the no's point you towards your yes. So it's a very necessary thing that every artist that wants to be great has to go through. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to go through. Because you have to be hardened, bro. Like, literally, your mindset has to be callous to where it's like, no matter what, this is gonna work. You know what I'm saying? And it's not necessarily like on a money thing or like success in that way, but like, you want it to work for you on your terms. Whatever that look, you could do it. You just gotta want it that bad. Like I said earlier, you gotta be obsessed with it. You know what I'm saying? To where it's like, you know, you watching how everything is moving. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, I couldn't agree more.
Nah, I feel it. Do you feel industry rewards the right things, or do you feel like it forces the artist to compromise in order to get success?
I think what the industry rewards is kind of like, there's a formula to it, and I'm learning that now. Is like, you kind of, as an artist, just kind of have to bend to the will of the quote unquote algorithm to an extent. You can still do it in your creative way, and as you should. Like, you should find your own way to do it. But it definitely, I think, forces artists to compromise to a certain extent, but it's not a bad thing. It's just a part of the game now. And so I'm learning now is like, there's a certain type of content you have to make to be engaging. There's a certain type of this and that you sort of have to, there's like rules you have to learn that you can then break, if that makes sense.
Nah, I feel it, bro.
I think that's how I've taken it, at least. Is like, I'm actually taking a class just on social media and stuff, because I'm terrible at it. Like, I've always been terrible at just promoting and like, I always hated the idea of like sitting in my car filming myself singing to my song and like posting. Like, I've always hated that kind of content and stuff. So it's
look,
like,
bro, you're an artist. You're supposed to not be good at social media.
Exactly.
And all of that stuff, bro. You're supposed to be able to focus on like what it is that you do best. But we can hire those type of people. You understand what I'm saying? And like, that's where the label benefits, because they already have those people. So it's like, the moment you walk in the door, they're like, all right, you're going to marketing, you're getting a stylist, you're doing this, you got a videographer, you got this and that. You know what I'm saying? So they already know what to do with talent, but they can't harness talent. Like, they can't take some random person off of the street and be like, all right, now you're a keyboard player and you know how to play the bass and you know how to shoot your own videos, and that type of stuff can't be taught. So it's like, the artists that stand the test of time, and I say this, you know, through from when they started to modern day, let's just say 10 years from now, you know what I'm saying? Those people are already kind of conditioned to be the machine. Let's just say that, you know what I'm saying? So like, for me, man, like, I don't focus on no algorithm. I don't focus on none of that, because I'm gonna be real with you, bro. None of the numbers equal more numbers. You understand what I'm saying? And when I say that, I mean none of the social media numbers equal money. Like your followers don't mean every follower is going to buy something from you. People actually like it. Your comments do not mean people are actually interested. You understand? A lot of people just drop a whole bunch of fire. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, and the algorithm, sometimes you'll be shadow banned, sometimes you're not. Like, how do we find out if we are? How do we, you know what I'm saying? It becomes another psychological game that you have to play instead of thinking about what's most important, the music. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, me personally, bro, I don't even play that game. I put my shit out, whatever it is I gotta post. I don't give a fuck if it get 1 like, no comments. Like, bro, I don't care. You know I'm shadow banned. But like, you know, at the end of the day, like I said, man, those numbers don't equate to actual numbers, like the things that we really want as artists. You know what I'm saying? So it's I even play that game, you know, to learn best practices for me personally. Like I feel like it's cool to learn best time to post, but like after you're doing the right things or what is supposed to be right, and they keep changing it and it's not working, and then you keep going back and forth having to learn different things. It's like, come on, man. Like now it's eating into my time that I make music. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you kind of rigged to fail in the first place. Like when you do that, like the biggest thing that I've learned in my journey, man, is like get your own platform. And when I say that, I say collect emails, collect like any type of information that you can keep a connection with people, because until you have that, and that never goes away, until you have that, platforms are always going to be able to control you. They're always going to be able to make, because they hit the switch on you, and now you don't get engagement like you used to. That shit, bro, that shit hurts. Work hard on something, you put it out, and then nobody gets to see it. Like
right.
What? You know what I'm saying? So it's like at that point, when you pay attention to like what they really doing, it's really fucked up. But I don't even play that game anymore, bro. I'm gonna just be real with you. Just me trying to be independent. You know, little old me, bro. I'm not doing that, bro. Like that's just me.
Even just like even the I clicked on your channel and saw that video of you on your birthday, like just rapping a song and stuff. Like just that is like, it's great content. Like it's filmed well. It's everything. Like I just feel like there's such a close tie now to like your music and you as a person. And I've always been for sure. And like for me personally, I've always been bad at the that side of it. I think like I love the idea initially of just putting out music and then just being like almost a no face, like just put out your music, and some people can do that, but it's very few. And I'm just learning that like I don't have to hate the other side of that process as much as I initially did, you know, and just learning it a little bit better is I think a good thing to do, regardless of whether you even use it. It's just like learn the battlefield before you step foot on it a little bit.
Man, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Like when you know, I used to be really, how can you say this? You know what I'm saying? I still am, you know what I mean? Like you're being gentle with yourself and like kind of like okay with failing or not performing or being cringe or people laughing at you, trolling you, whatever the fear that is in not just your mind, but just anybody out there that is debating on putting themselves out there. Push through it. Once you push through it, you unlock a whole new territory. And you know, those were some of the things that I faced myself. But it's not necessarily like, you know, not putting yourself out and like hiding your face or anything. You just got to figure out what type of content you know what I mean? Because like you don't have to always show face, but like, you know, if maybe you could show back of your head while you're writing a song. Maybe you could just show, you know what I'm saying, your pen writing down the actual song, and you know, it's a voiceover. You know, you have to find different types of ways that you can connect with your fans. And the more that you try and you be vulnerable and you set yourself to being cringe, the easier it get to kind of pinpoint what styles of content are easy for you to just like on the spot, 1, 2, 3, done. Because the stuff that I run and the stuff that I do, bro, it's been tested for me. Like in the middle of all the bullshit I got going on, bro, these are just the styles of content that like I could just real quick do and that's it, you know? But it's not in any way, shape, or form like a formula for me, at least.
No, I love that advice. Like that's exactly what I needed to hear, kind of. And it's exactly what I've been going through too. Is like I don't even hate making content. Like I enjoy making content. I enjoy doing stuff, showing my face. Like I have no problem with any of that. It's just like what exact. It's like basically just finding your sound, but for content. Like what fits you as an artist, person, and like up until only recently, I haven't really had an idea of what that is, and so now I'm just kind of formulating that idea, and that's why I'm like studying a little bit on like other ways to kind of go about it. But for me, like the end goal is really just to get more ears on my music. Like I have no monetary goals. I have no like I need this amount of followers, and like I don't care about that. It's still just passion driven, and like how can I get more ears to my music, and that's driving my passion for doing more content, more whatever. And so I think it's I'm trying to look at it in the healthiest way too, because content can get kind of not dangerous, but like it can have a dark side to it if you want to like do it for the wrong reasons.
But that's what I was talking about, like not even playing that algorithm game, man.
For
you
sure.
Step into that, it becomes sticky territory.
And
then you become like, instead of a creator, you become a content creator. And those two are completely different. You know what I'm saying? Because like when you're creating music, you know, like of course you know, may fantasize about what the music video looks like and things like that, but you know, like to fully have to put it all out by yourself, man, like these labels and these platforms are getting a steal from us creators, man, because like it's taking up all of our time. You know what I'm saying? Like, we once just had to show up. That was it. Thing was already taken care of. You know, if you're with a label, now the labels want to sit back and find you. Still expect you to keep, you know, going on.
Grinding it out.
We're just gonna drop a bag in front of you, and then you keep going. Do the rest.
Right. No, I couldn't agree more.
No, I feel it. What is something that you see younger artists doing that you wish that they would maybe slow down and rethink?
I think a lot of what we're just talking about, like I think I see a lot of artists just like dive into basically, I mean, you just put it beautifully, honestly, like being a content creator over just being a creator. Like you don't have to don't dive into the algorithm, dive into yourself, like find out what makes you tick, what makes other people tick, and like make music and art that inspires both you and them, and the algorithm will find its way. Like that's later, and really not even an important point. I see a lot of young artists just like, how can I get popping on TikTok? How can I make a TikTok song or whatever? And it's like, like, bro, you don't need a TikTok song. Go make music that you love, and guarantee you at least one other person will love it as much as you do.
Yeah. Now I saw something. I don't even know where I saw it, but a beat maker was talking about somebody came to him for like a content collaboration or whatever, and they were asking him to make a TikTok song. And he was like, bro, what the fuck is a TikTok song?
Exactly.
I'm not gonna fucking do that shit.
Exactly.
Like, it's kind of like setting yourself up to fail, man, because like try something that you're not for instant gratification. And even if it's not instant gratification, you know what I'm saying? Like you're still trying to replicate something that you can't really replicate. You know, somebody has to tell you that make a TikTok song.
Right.
Your music isn't for TikTok.
Yeah, like, exactly. Like you know? Every single time I've ever sat down and like, I want to make a song like this, or I want to make a song like this, it never ever comes out the way I want it to. And every
But don't get me wrong, man. Like, I don't mean to cut your wisdom.
No, you're good. You're good.
Your music, bro, can be used for TikTok. I'm not trying to say like your music can't, but what I'm saying is like when you have the intention of like, I gotta do this for this reason, it skews the whole art.
Oh no, that's exactly what I was saying. Is like every time I sit down with like an intention of like I want to make a song like this or like that, it never comes out the way I want. And like all of my best music, I just sit down with a blank slate in my head and just create. And then maybe it is a possible TikTok song or a possible movie song soundtrack or whatever. But like that, if you have that intention going in, it almost never works out the way you want it to. So to your point, that was, I felt that in my own creation a lot.
I feel like what makes TikTok songs, quote unquote, is the influencers. You know, if you want to make a TikTok song, just have a whole bunch of influencers go through your discography and pull out what they like and make the kind of content that they like, and maybe something will start trending, and then all of a sudden you're still your authentic self.
Right.
But now people are using it in other ways that they wouldn't necessarily use it. You know what I'm saying? Cooking videos, etc., dance videos, workout videos. You know, those are the type of influencers that will honestly help your track spread like wildfire. But people don't want to pay for anything, especially independents, bro. They don't want to pay for anything, and it's like this whole game is pay to play, bro.
On the creative side,
like if you don't have a machine behind you and a label, and the only reason why the artists with labels are paying for it because the label is paying for everything and billing them. You know what I'm saying? They're the list expenses and the amount of money that they owe is so long, bro. It's like they don't even know after's back, bro. Like, you know, the shit keeps getting added onto it. But like the little guys like us, bro, like when like we want our stuff placed somewhere strategically, or we want to do a collab with somebody, we have to invest our own money, man. So it's like, you know, we get here and there. Yeah, exactly, bro. Like we getting pulled here and there. We got to pay for this, we got to pay for that, music video, EQ and things and all that stuff, bro. That shit is costly, bro. I know why a lot of people give up. But the fact that we ain't give up, bro, we about to figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. There's a beauty to it, like learning all the facets of like first learning all the facets of music, like mixing, mastering, production, singing, songwriting, whatever, and then it's like, okay, what next? Now let me learn photography, let me learn editing, let me learn like, and then it's what's next? Let me learn how to get myself booked at a venue. Let me learn how to do this. Like, you have to learn every single step, and it's a challenging process, but it's kind of a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's rewarding, man, because, you know, at the same time, like, you're putting in these hours to you know, help yourself. But let's just say a friend of yours comes along, start doing music. Guess who has all the experience and knows the ins and outs and what not to do and what to do, and you know, you just saved your boy 5 years.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, 100%. For real.
And likewise, you know, too, like never think you know so much that you can't learn from someone else.
Exactly, man.
And always take someone.
That's what I bro, saving time and saving other people time. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest thing. If I could help you skip a few steps and you don't have to waste like 10 hours of cycling through YouTube videos and shit to find some halfway information that's not even in the whole thing, you got to do some more research and stuff. Why wouldn't I tell you, bro? Like,
right, exactly.
You know?
Like, I see a lot of people do that too, like gatekeeping information. It's like, oh man, like.
But to a certain extent, man, I feel like gatekeeping is something that needs to be done, unfortunately. But it's just unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I hate gatekeeping, for real.
Yeah, I'm curious why you think it needs to be done.
I think it needs to be done because not everybody deserves access to everything.
Okay,
you know?
I do see that.
I feel like somebody like yourself, that's applying themselves, that's constantly working forward, that's trying to move the needle. Ask me some shit, I know the answer, I'm gonna tell you. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
But as far as somebody that I'm gonna have to sit there and talk to for like 30 minutes for them to even understand what I'm saying, what I'm talking about, and they're not even gonna try it, or they're not even gonna do it. Like I know if you wanted to know something and you asked me and I told you how to do it, you're gonna apply it. It wouldn't be my time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like for most people, it's not like that, bro. So it's like, you know, you'll take the time to sit there and explain to somebody and they won't even do it. And time is the one resource that we can't get back.
That I do get, because I've experienced that a lot. And like I'm always free with information. I'll happily tell people things, but like seeing it be wasted on someone who's not willing to apply it is frustrating. So
and then after doing it over and over and over, like, you know, you kind of just get tired of it and be like, nah, man, no more. yeah. Like, show me you're willing to put in the work. What did you learn about yourself through the music since the last time we talked?
Learn about myself. It kind of keeps coming back to like more. It's just I need to make music for me, and like there was a small period of time where I was like, I did a performance, and I noticed certain songs got certain reactions and more dancing or this or that, and it was like, okay, and I need to make music like that more and have a whole show that's like that vibe. And like there's still always a part of you that wants that, especially if you want to perform, and I actually do enjoy performing. So it's easy to be like, okay, I'm gonna make a whole album of like performance songs or whatever, but at the end of the day, if it doesn't resonate with you as a person, as an artist, like it doesn't mean anything. No matter how fun the performance is, whatever, when you get back home and you're laying in bed, it's like, was that music really something you're proud of or not? And I think that's it. It's just like, or that's one of the big things, at least, is just like, how, does it come genuinely from my heart and soul, and like, or is it coming from a place of, I want the crowd to react a certain way, or I want this or that to happen? It's just, it's a very easy slope to slip down, because it doesn't feel inauthentic, but it can be in a way. So I think that's one of the big things, is like, just create like no one's watching, literally, and then and put it out there when you feel it's right, and that's when you can act like people are watching. But when you're creating, you have to create like it's literally for you, and no one else is ever going to touch it or see it. And I think that's a beautiful thing when you can really tap into that.
Definitely. What's one habit or a mindset that you had to let go of in order for you to level up?
For me, it was like, it's kind of counterintuitive in a way, but like I used to set little mini deadlines on myself, and I still do. But at the same time, I realized, like, as an artist, you're gonna go through moments of inspiration, and you're gonna go through moments of not feeling like making music at all sometimes. And I still always try to make music even when I'm not feeling it. But I think it's really important to like allow yourself to be like, okay, today I'm just not feeling it, and don't make music. Or if you're inspired, like no matter what you're doing, you stop it immediately and go make music if you can. And so it goes both ways. Like there's been times I'm like, I've set aside a whole day to make music, but I just wasn't feeling it, and like, you know, nothing happened that day. And then there's other days I'm busy as hell, or something's going on, and then all of a sudden I'm inspired, and I'm like, if there's a chance I can get back home and even record 30 minutes of a song or whatever, I'm gonna do it. Like I'll drive an hour out the way, it doesn't matter what it is. So I think just like following your emotions as an artist, because as artists we're naturally emotional people. Like you go through highs and lows, and so like learn to kind of surf your highs and lows as opposed to like fighting them or like forcing yourself into a box. And I think that's like a really powerful way to make music, or like at least look at the creation process.
Nah, for sure. What's something outside of music that's been inspiring your creativity lately?
Outside of music, for me, I've been really into like cinematography, actually, and like I've been watching like a couple movies a week just randomly, kind of just because I really like well shot movies. Like even if the story isn't that great, Like
Yeah.
I just love like really good cinematography, and I think music and photography and they kind of go hand in hand in a way.
Yeah.
And a good soundtrack to a movie as well. Like you can kind of, it puts you in your own world. So
Yeah.
I think movies have like, if they're done well, especially a lot of the older ones before they kind of got oversaturated as well. There's some really great like they can really move you in the same way music does. And yeah, I take a lot of inspiration from that.
Word. Yeah, you should check out some Wes Anderson. Look him up.
Wes Anderson, he's a director,
Amazing
right?
videos. Yeah, yeah. Amazing visuals, man.
Wes Anderson. Cool, man. I would definitely check that out.
He's done some crazy, but his stuff is always shot well. Spike Lee is an amazing director, and of course, man, the great Tarantino.
Tarantino's incredible.
Yeah, I love all his stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel what you're saying, man. Like as a creative, as artists, man, we have to be super intentional about the like way that we want to deliver our music. You know, like I was saying earlier, if it's not packed correctly, man, it's it's a waste of your time. So it's like being able to tap into other inspirations, like the way that you're doing, man, is super essential to just being that all-in-one renaissance man. I feel like that's the vibe you really are capturing and kind of executing for real. So just keep doing it, man, because it's gonna go from this to something else, but you're gonna have now music and cinematography in the back. So it's just gonna be like fucking Megatron.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Nah, I feel it, man. What's something that you feel like people constantly misunderstand about you and your music?
That's a good one.
Finesse, baby.
I don't know. That's actually a good one because I try to be at least pretty vulnerable in my music and as a person, and I don't post a lot. I don't do a whole lot. So when I do, it's pretty intentional, and and so I try to. I've tried, especially this past year or so, like realize how vulnerable you can really be. Like there's really no level to like actually how vulnerable you can actually be, and it's actually really therapeutic to just let it kind of all out there. And it's you don't need to have barriers. It's a really easy thing to fall into when you're online. Like, well, what if I don't get enough likes or this follows, or what if someone thinks I'm weird for posting this or that? And it's like getting past that and just kind of like unleashing everything, like even when it's dark or sad or depressing or whatever it is, like it's there's a really beautiful power to that. And so I'm getting better at that now, and I think it's something that I don't know, it's just like a important thing, I think, for at least for my creative journey, to just be like, let it all out there. Like, who cares if people don't like me or don't want to follow me or listen to my music? That's totally okay. Like, no loss on my part. And if anyone wants to join me on my journey as well, like, I would love that as well. So I think that's something I've just been working on trying to do, and I think it was a pretty powerful lesson I learned this year.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. I think the biggest thing, man, is just staying detached from an end result in your head besides the one that already happened. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, you know, if you're detached from like what you think is gonna happen and you feel if you do it anyways, something new could happen. You never know, man.
Absolutely.
You just gotta shoot your shot, and you miss every shot you don't take. So hey, gotta be in the gym like Kobe.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Man, tell me about a time something was going wrong in the studio. Maybe a collab or something like that. But it ended up turning into magic somehow.
That's a good one. Well, for me, it was like more of like, I like to get in the studio with people who are better at me in a certain area. And so like my friend Jazz is like a really great vocalist, and a couple years ago I was pretty new to production and all this stuff, but I was getting better, and he's an incredible producer as well. And so I think for me it was like I was doing a whole bunch of things that I thought I was really great at, and he came in and just kind of like did his thing, and it more just like opened my eyes to like to the possibilities of what I could be doing, what I have access to. It was another like vocal thing too. Like we were both doing vocal takes, and I hated the sound of my takes, and I love the sound of his. And it used to be like, oh, maybe it's my mic, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, and just kind of realizing like,
Finesse, baby.
no, it's the magic is in practice and doing it, and so it didn't necessarily turn into like the magical moment wasn't like, oh, we suddenly made a hit or this or that. It was more just like realizing like what it takes to be a great artist, and actually just putting in the time and be patient. Like I think that's the biggest thing, is like it's really easy to get impatient, especially if you're trying to do a lot at once. And especially if you've already done it for a couple of years and you're still not where you want to be. I think that's like the biggest thing. Was like initially I was like, oh, I'll take 2 years to like really learn everything and I'll be a master, and it just doesn't work like that. So I think that was just a big key moment, was like getting in the studio with someone who's really great at what they do and just watching them work. And same thing, I used to work at a studio in Clearwater, Florida, and top tier studio, like multi-million-dollar studio, and just being in there and just sitting there and just watching people work. Honestly, I learned so much more doing that than even tinkering around on my own computer or watching YouTube. It's like just watching people who do this just work, and again, to my earlier point, like always be open to learn. I think if you shut yourself off from learning from someone else, you're doing yourself a huge disservice. And so even if you're great at what you do, even if you have a ton of followers or listeners or whatever the case is, like there's always something or someone you can learn from. I think that's a big thing that wasn't necessarily a fail that turned to a win, but it was just like a big change.
Nah, I feel it, bro. I feel it. We about to get ready to skate out of here, man, but I just wanted to ask you this one question.
Yeah. What's up, man?
First, if you could relive one chapter of your career, what would it be and why?
Relive one chapter. So I think maybe we talked about this in the previous pod, but like I had my first ever like real personal show maybe 2 years ago, and it was just a magical like night for me. I've had one other performance since. I've been really gearing up to just like drop a lot of music and actually start shifting into that mindset of performing and everything, but that night was just like incredible, and just like getting everything ready and doing rehearsal after rehearsal and things going wrong. Like I think that was also part of the beauty of it. Like technically things didn't go great. I set everything up on my own laptop, and it was such a janky setup, like, but that was the beauty of it, It was like all these people came just to come hang out with me and like watch me perform. And so that night, like I got home, and that was like one of the very few nights of my entire life that just felt unreal in like a really beautiful way. Just having so much support, like all my family, friends, like it was an incredible night. So I know more of that is to come, but yeah, I'm super grateful for that night still. And if anyone's listening who was there, I'm forever grateful for those people. So yeah, that was a beautiful day.
Nah, I feel it, man. And I feel like performances are always one of those things, man, to where it's like a touchy subject. At least first getting started, man, because it's like those people that actually, came out to support you, man, that means the world, bro. You know what I'm saying? And they may not, but you know, some people's friends don't show up.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
You know, and they're there at the concert, and nobody's there to see them. So
have you heard of Cymatics, the music company?
Oh
yeah. I went to the Cymatics Music Artist Showcase in Orlando as well.
Okay.
And so that was my second only performance. I actually went there, and they said, if you want to perform, come an hour early. So I was there 2 hours early and waiting around, and I got in the room, and they were like, go to the front if you want to perform. And no one went up there. I think everyone was scared to go first, so I just walked up and put my name down, and then just walked away. And 15 minutes later, I got called up, very first person. And it was a very unique experience because it was the exact opposite of my first show. Like, no one there knew me, but it was 10 times the amount of people. You know, it was probably 400 people in the room, and I'm first. And Steven Cymatics even came up and like shook my hand before. I was like, thanks for opening the show and everything. That was an incredible night too, but it was just a very cool, like, exact opposite experience where like no one I knew was there, but I'm performing to a massive crowd of people. And it was a cool night also. Like, people throughout the night just kept coming up and like, hey man, you opened the show great, and like recognized me throughout the whole night. And
that's dope.
So yeah, performing is like, it's one of those things you're extremely for me at least, I'm extremely nervous before, and then I get up on stage and everything just disappears. It's a weird, like, you're just there in the moment, and it's like, I'm here now, like, no reason to stress. So
might as well ride the wave.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly.
I feel
do you perform?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
My last performance was I opened up for GZA from Wu-Tang.
Oh, that's super sick.
When he came to Orlando.
That's awesome.
That was my last one, but.
Oh, cool.
Hey,
yeah.
man,
Oh, wait, are you in Florida?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh shit! I didn't know you were local. I don't know why.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm in Orlando. But yo, I appreciate you making some time. You know what I mean, to come chat with us, update us where you at in your journey. The next time you drop a project or you going on a run with some singles, man, definitely would talk with you. This was definitely a great conversation. I hope people learned from, you know, what we spoke about and things like that, man. And yeah, man, it's always a pleasure to have you, bro. For real.
Hey, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. So I'll definitely be back if you guys will have me, and I appreciate it again.
Definitely.
Yeah, that was.
We got to put some work in, bro. Let's
get
do it.
Let's do it, man. I appreciate you.
All right, for sure, man. Yeah, no doubt, man. Stay blessed.